My husband couldn't look away, now neither can I eyes. You ever have one of those nights that rewires something inside you? The kind where you wake up the next morning wondering if you're still the same person you were the day before, except now, everything feels brighter, more dangerous, more alive? That was me. And the truth is, I didn't plan for any of this to happen. But once that door opened, literally and figuratively, there was no closing it again. It started with a night between me and my husband, Jason, that I'll never forget. The kind that left us both lying in a tangled mess of sheets and sweat, skin still humming from every touch, every breath. I was gasping, my body twitching with aftershocks I couldn't control, staring at him with wide eyes like I didn't even know who we were anymore. Jason turned his head toward me with that cocky grin of his, kissed my shoulder, and let out a low, satisfied chuckle. "Wow," he said simply. "Wow," I echoed, still catching my breath. This had become our normal lately, passionate, messy, unforgettable nights that made the rest of the world disappear. I didn't think it could get better between us. But somehow, it had. I traced my nails lightly down his back, smiling. Ever since that night. Jason's grin deepened. "You mean the night you did what most wives wouldn't even dream of?" I smirked. "Oh, you mean that night." We both laughed, but then his voice softened, dropping lower, more serious. "You know I was nervous, right? I kept wondering if it would change something between us, if maybe we'd lose something." I tilted my head at him. "Do I look like I've changed?" He studied me for a moment before nodding. "Yeah. For the better." And he was right. That night had unlocked something in me I didn't even know was there. I felt more confident, more in control, but also more connected to him than ever before. I kissed him slowly and whispered, "You freed me." The way Jason looked at me in that moment, it was like he couldn't get enough of this new version of me. He brushed his fingers through my hair, eyes narrowing playfully. "You've been glowing all week. Should I be worried you're already craving another night like that?" I laughed. "Oh, men. You think if we enjoy something once, we're instantly addicted forever. Well," he raised an eyebrow, "when it involves that." I traced slow circles on his chest. "You think I'm that selfish?" He gave me a puzzled look. "Wait, what are you talking about?" That was when I let the smile spread across my face. I had my turn. "Now it's yours." Jason sat up slightly. "You're serious? Remember that coworker you always pretend not to notice during my video calls? The one with the red lipstick?" His eyes widened. "Huh? You mean?" I let the word roll off my tongue like a promise. "And she's bringing a friend." Jason froze, stunned. I leaned in and whispered, "Clear your schedule for tomorrow night." When the evening came, the house was ready. The lights were low, casting a warm glow over the living room. Soft music hummed in the background, and a half-full glass of wine rested in my hand. I sat between two women on the couch, calm on the outside, though my heart was racing. The front door opened, and Jason stepped inside. His gaze moved from the lighting to the two women beside me, then finally to me. "Hey, you," I said, smiling. The one with the lipstick, Renee, stood first, tall and confident. "I'm Renee," she said, extending her hand without breaking eye contact. "You've probably seen me on her calls." The other, Lily, stepped up more shyly, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. "I'm Lily. Just along for the ride." Jason was still speechless, so I rose, letting my fingers trail down his arm. No nerves. No pressure. Just let it happen. Then I took Renee's hand and led them toward the bedroom. Just before opening the door, I turned back to Jason, grabbed him by the front of his shirt, and kissed him slowly, deep enough to make him forget the air between us. "Have fun, baby," I whispered. "You've earned this." The door shut behind us, and Renee immediately took control, guiding Jason to the bed with a deliberate, unhurried pace. I moved to the armchair in the corner, close enough to see every detail. He looked at me once, uncertain, and I gave him a slow nod. Permission. Renee leaned in first, her lips confident, her hands already working his shirt buttons. Lily came next, slower but no less eager, her fingertips brushing against his chest like she was memorizing every inch. Together, they undressed him, their movements so in sync it felt choreographed. Jason kept glancing my way like he couldn't quite believe it was real. But it was. And I was watching every moment, not with jealousy, but with something deeper. I wanted him to see himself the way I saw him, desired, overwhelmed, and completely alive. The air shifted when Renee eased him back onto the mattress, straddling him in a slow, teasing rhythm, while Lily stayed close, whispering things in his ear I couldn't hear but could feel in the way his breath quickened. I didn't look away. I wanted him to know, really know, that this wasn't just a one-time indulgence. It was a turning point. And when his body finally gave in, every muscle tense, every sound raw, I smiled from across the room. Because I knew this wasn't the end. This was the start of something neither of us could unsee, or undo. I crossed the room slowly, deliberately. Jason's eyes found mine, dazed and unsteady, his chest rising and falling hard. I leaned down, kissed the corner of his mouth, and whispered against his skin, "The night's not over. I haven't had my turn."